Hello, I'm Allison Collins. We're taking a break here at Amherst Symphony tonight, and I'm here with the maestro, Armenio. Thanks for joining us this evening.
My pleasure.
So, your main instrument, conducting baton, right?
Conducting,
Yes.
as of lately.
How did you get into conducting?
Strangely, I started my career when I was 15, believe it or not, with the Opera House Symphony Orchestra in Rio de Janeiro, and always had tremendous fascination for the many individuals that would come and conduct different operas and ballets and symphony concerts with the orchestra, and the ability of each one of those individuals to come and reshape the orchestra after their own understanding, after their own perceptions of the music, of the composer, of the style. I was just fascinated by that, and I think that planted a little seed inside of my heart to one day pursue this. And lo and behold, at one of my assignments, I became the director of bands at Bruton Barker College in Mount Vernon, Georgia, and that was my introduction to conducting. But I had taken several conducting lessons, not only at Stephen F. Austin, but also at Northwestern and also at the University of Michigan. And just observing those incredible individuals and their personalities shaping the music really invited me and opened up in my heart, in my mind, the possibility that I too should consider that, and here we are.
Wonderful. And so what instrument or instruments that did you study prior to taking up this love of conducting?
Started with piano at the tender age of 5. And from piano went on to clarinet and then later to saxophone. So those three gave me the foundation from which I appreciate today the entire plethora of and the palette of sounds provided by the orchestra.
And you mentioned Rio de Janeiro. Where exactly are you from? Is it near there?
I am from Rio, from the city of Rio de Janeiro.
Okay.
I was born in Rio, lived several years in Brasilia, between the ages of 8 and 14, and moved back to Rio de Janeiro to take on the position of assistant principal clarinetist with the Opera House Symphony Orchestra, again, when I was 15 years old, and stayed there in Rio for the rest of my young life until the age of 19, when I went to Germany, to Berlin, and spent a year in Berlin studying at the Hochschule der Künste. From there, went back to Brazil for just a couple of years and then moved to the United States and have been here ever since.
What brought you here to the States?
The desire to improve myself, the desire to provide my children with a better environment, a better society, a better opportunity of life, basically the very same reasons behind every other immigrant that has come to this great nation for time immemorial. From the very beginnings, I would say that most of us who looked at this nation looked at this place as a place of hope, as a place of prosperity, as a place where the human spirit is unbound and unshackled, a place where freedom of thought, of behavior, of language and speech allows for everything else that is beautiful about the human experience to flourish undeterred. That's what all of us, I would say, immigrants look at and find in this incredible nation of ours.
Might I venture to say that that is the reasoning behind many of the pieces you've selected for this concert?
Yes, you might. The concert really focuses on the American experience and how this nation and the idea behind the American society has literally tantalized the hearts and minds of all kinds of individuals throughout the world. So you have all of the composers in this particular concert who are sons and children of immigrants. You have one of them, particularly Dvorak, the composer of the New World Symphony, who was not necessarily a citizen or a resident of this country, except for a brief section of a handful of years. But he was a Bohemian. He was a Czech composer, and but was deeply influenced and equally attracted to the American experience. So much so that he wrote this entire symphony, which he nicknamed "From the New World Symphony."
Tell us about your home life. Is practicing something that goes on a lot at your home? Are there a lot of musicians in your family?
My wife is a musician. Kelly is a mezzo-soprano. My sons, unfortunately, have grown up to appreciate music, but did not follow music as a profession, even though I started each one of them. All three boys got their first steps in music right there in our household. However, they all chose different professions, which is perfectly okay, because I know that not only with my children, but with every single person who is exposed to the musical experience, they become better human beings. You become ennobled and you become empowered at a very deep emotional level by simply knowing and appreciating music, whether or not you pursue music as a profession. So music is everywhere, from the moment we wake up, especially into the shower moments. The bathroom is a very musical experience for us. We sing throughout the showers and so forth. Music is just not only the jobs that we have, music is truly who we are as the Susano family.
Excellent, excellent. Well, I think let's wrap that up here. Thank you very much for
My
joining us
pleasure.
this evening.
My pleasure. Thank you.